Alright, so immediately as I set foot back in the Squid game, I was determined to win this time, and I was going to try to be smart and not engage in any violence with anybody or become enemies with anyone because I got severely ganged up on last time, and I was determined to win in red light, green light, and I was trying to mind my own business because, you know, eyes. I didn't mean to throw the sand there, but you can see it in his little eyes. Look what he does. He pushes me. And then, watch this, he freaking carries me backwards. So yeah, I really didn't want what happened with TSPMO to happen again. So my plan was just to go through all the games and try not to interact with anybody. And I really thought that I was going to go through with that, but that actually didn't end up happening, and you'll see it in a second. Now from the beginning, I was trying to stay away from people here, because I really wanted to make it through red light, green light without getting pushed or taking any damage. And it was going pretty well, and I was just minding my own business. I decided to try and be nice and go help that person who got hurt, but it ended up just getting me hurt in the process, so my plan already failed right off the bat. Then I tried to carry this person, but I guess they didn't like me enough. And then it happened, and I got flashbacks to last time. And I don't even know what I did to these people to make them hate me so much. I guess they're just jealous because they think I'm gonna win. So after this, I just decided I was gonna stay away from people and I was going to try my best to get to the end while limping. Then I see these people ganging up on this guy, and I thought that I could maybe go help or at least intervene somehow, but this backfired on me so badly. So I was wondering what I could do because I didn't want to get close enough to trip them. The banana peel wasn't working, and then I realized I'd pocketed some sand, so I tried to throw some sand at these people, but it did not work at all, and now they're onto me. They are on my tail, so I'm now trying to run for my life. But they are quite a bit faster than me, and at this point, I figured that I was probably not gonna make it. I was trying to defend myself here, but somehow I got hurt and he didn't, and at this point, it is what it is. I'm basically dead, so I figured, I would just get out, because they were gonna be coming after me for the rest of the games. So yeah, that wasn't a great start, but what happened next was really funny in this red light, green light. I mean, it literally sounds like the Revolutionary War out here. So anyways, this red light, green light was pretty normal, and I made it to the end peacefully, so at this point my plan was going very well. I'm just gonna fast forward the next game because it's not really interesting at all. But look what happened when I tried to take a picture. I just had a new avatar, and I was so excited to get a picture with my new avatar when all of a sudden this dummy decides to butt in. Look at that. Freaking bum. But I was going to let it slide because, again, I did not want to make any enemies. Anyways, here's this. Okay, so this is actually the most frustrating moment of playing Squid Game, I think, more than any other game that there is, because people always push and shove to get their food. However, I got there first and people were waiting. It was very nice. I thought things were gonna go, according to plan, be all normal. But then, this biggie decides that he can't wait any longer and comes right up to me and pushes me. So now I'm getting increasingly more frustrated because I'm trying to get back in the line and be normal. And I kind of made a mistake and I said that y'all are big and greedy and subsequently got pushed halfway across the world to Africa. But at least somebody agreed with me. At this point, I decided that I was not going to be nice anymore, and that I was going to start beefing with people because I got pissed, and also it's more fun. But eventually I just gave up on that table because I saw that there were less people over here. Now during Lights Out, I decided not to actually hide and run away like I normally do. I actually wanted to be in the business, But the fighting mechanic in this game is kind of buns, honestly, because it just launches you. And then I realized that there were 3 people chasing me, and so I figured it was probably best to just run away because I actually didn't want to get hurt. But then I got a little bit of courage back, and I was looking for people with low health so that I could just take somebody out and just, feel something as I watched the light drain from somebody's eyes, and I found my victim. and after absolutely clobbering him to death with my soda bottle, I figured that it was probably better if I just stopped fighting at this point. So here I voted for Tug of War because in hide and seek, last time when I got a hider, it was like really bad and I died almost instantly. So I was just praying that I could get a seeker this time instead of being a hider, because being a hider was like really scary and really difficult. So this whole time I was praying that that ball would come out red. When I saw red in my hand, I was instantly so relieved. The only thing I had to worry about was just killing like one person. Also, this cutscene is really cool. So now I was like actually excited to play this game. And so I immediately go looking for somebody. And I was wondering whether or not to split up with the other seekers or to stay with them, because everybody has to kill one person at least. But some people said that if they found multiple hiders, they were going to kill all of them because they also wanted to get some of the seekers out. So I decided to go off on my own when I found this person. And I thought I got really lucky, but there were a bunch of people, so I knew I had to act as fast as possible as I was chasing them. And I was trying to get these people away from me, but they just would not leave us alone. Eventually, I lost that person and decided to go look for somebody else when I found this other person, who was also being ganged up on by 2 other people. So I was chasing him, and I was just trying to get that last hit, but he ended up escaping, so I gave up. Me and this person were chasing him around in circles, and then he went into this room, and this was actually like the luckiest thing that could have happened to me. Basically, this person locked themselves inside the room with me. Oh my god. And so I just started going ham on this person. I was absolutely duking it out with them. And I realized that it actually was really fun and I wanted to go look for more people, but I figured that I wasn't gonna find anybody because there were only 2 people left and there was only a minute remaining. So now there are about 7 people left in the game, and I had no idea whether it was gonna be Glass Bridge or Mingle next. I was a little bit sad that it didn't give us the option to rebel. And thankfully it was Glass Bridge. I literally hate Mingle so much. So anyways, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go because there aren't usually this little people when we're playing Glass Bridge, and normally there are like a couple people who volunteer, but I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. We just started throwing bananas at the glass as if that would help, until somebody decided to just make a move. I was a little nervous until this like tip popped up on my screen, and it said like, if a glass part looks foggy or smudged, don't trust it. And so it actually really helped. Like, I was trying to inspect the glass, and this one on the left looked a little bit smudged, if you can see it. And so I decided to take the leap of faith, and I felt so much aura flooding through my veins here. It's actually crazy. So this person almost got me. They came up behind me and tripped me. That really scared me because I really wanted to make it to the end. So I was debating on like whether or not I should start going, but this person was doing all the work for me, so it was fine. And it seemed like it was going to be going well until they unfortunately did pick the wrong one. And then I just see this person start just jumping like their life depended on it. So even though I did no work, I was still proud of myself. Oh my god, I literally just noticed this. So like one wasn't deadly every time. It was like only a couple of them were deadly. I thought I was so cool. Oh my god. Anyways, so at this point, I figured it was going to be Mingle, and if you know me, you know that I hate Mingle. So either way, I knew that the games were going to keep going because it was 2-3, so I decided to just make it a tie just for fun. And then I played it off as if I didn't make it a tie, which was really funny. I don't know why I did this. I just like manipulating people, I think. I mean, like in Roblox, though, not in real life, I swear. So anyways, I was making my way to the games and dreading what would happen because Mingle never works out well for me, like literally ever. And somebody asked if people wanted to team, and normally I wouldn't do that, but I hate Mingle so much, I needed a support system, so I said sure. However, this wouldn't matter either way because this round of Mingle was actually so stupid. I was wondering how it would turn out because there were only 6 of us, and I was gonna assume that after this it would be Squid Game, so there really should be only 2 of us left after this. So I was waiting for it to go around and around, and it said get in rooms of 4, so I decided to follow where everyone else was going. this is just really stupid. So there were 5 people in a room, and somebody was, I see now, trying to choke someone else out, and it did not work. So I figured I would open the door and try to push somebody out, and that worked until somebody else tried to come back in, because there's 6 of us. And it was literally just like a cyclical thing of somebody getting pushed and then someone else coming in and then the door shutting. At this point, I knew we were literally as good as dead, so I just didn't do anything. Although I did get pushed out, and I wanted to come back in because I didn't want to be out there by myself, you know? And so now the timer's up, and we have literally nothing to do. And so I figured it was just gonna kill all of us, and then I remembered that it needed 2 people to stay alive for the Squid Game, and luckily I was chosen, me and this other guy with the weird hat. So I'm very nervous at this point because I really wanted to win, and I have gotten to this point like one other time. I've made it to the end, and I actually did end up winning, but I didn't record it, so I was quite nervous here. I was mentally preparing myself during this cutscene, and I just can't. I mean, I was so ready to go. Just watch what happens. So yeah, I got cooked. I was so sad because I really wanted this to be the time that I actually won and like got it on video. But I don't know. I guess maybe next time.